Never a miscarriage of justice. It's Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Here we are with Cerebus issue 136, chapter 23 of Jaka's story, concluding subbook 3, Mystery Achievement, and concluding Jaka's story itself, though there is an epilogue to come. In the final Jaka's story excerpts, young Jaka, humiliated unintentionally by her uncle Lord Julius on the night of her 12th birthday, flees in a daze. Where will she end up? In the present, Thatcher has a meeting with both Jaka and her husband Rick. She commends him on the high praise everyone interviewed about him has for him, to which he blushes. It's noted that his greatest wish is to have a son someday, and he confirms this is so. Thatcher then asks her Serenus guard Clorinda to restrain Jaka, asking Rick if he's ever heard of 13 Little College Street, or of the pomone plant which grows behind it. Jaka struggles with her captor, trying to keep Rick from learning more, to no avail. Apparently, the pomone plant, bred by Siren herself, is typically used to prevent pregnancy, but has been known to be used by some to abort pregnancies. Thatcher reveals to Rick that Jaka visited 13 Little College Street in her 6th month, and asks him to ask her what the baby's gender would have been before she has Clorinda release her. What will Rick's reaction be to Jaka's betrayal? And will Cerebus ever return from getting paint? I said before that Pud isn't this storyline's main villain. He's an antagonist at times, sure, but more a victim than a villain. Thatcher, you would think, is the main villain, being the face of Sirenism. But no, in my opinion, it's Jaka herself who is the storyline's protagonist and villain of the story. It's her decisions that bring others down with her. She's so much like Cerebus in that way, though she's clearly a lot less amoral than he tends to be, and she's never as outwardly malicious as he is in his intentions and his actions. So I think the two do make a great pair as a result of that. She actually takes on the role of karmic punching bag, one normally reserved for Cerebus, especially in these last few issues. Jaka's made mistakes, there's no doubt about that, but she doesn't ultimately deserve the treatment that she's getting. But that's really up to the reader to decide. That's one of the great things about this storyline, and about Cerebus as a whole, is that though Dave has his intentions, as every creator of every work does, it's very often left up to the interpretation of the reader. It's never entirely ambiguous, and entirely ambiguous is just as lazy as trying to tell you exactly how to feel and exactly how things are supposed to go. But it's gray shaded enough to read what you want out of many things in it. So, it's up to you. It can be up to you if you want it to be. And if you don't want it to be, hey, it can be whatever you think it is. So we'll see Rick again, but not until the aptly titled Rick story. Thatcher will be back soon, Jaka will be back even sooner, and Oscar will even be back briefly. The latter three mainly in the next big saga, Mothers and Daughters, which Jaka's story was merely a prelude to. We're not done with Jaka's story quite yet. There's still an epilogue to come over the next 2 issues. Next time, Crisis on Infinite Lord Julius's.